We're standing at the corner of Albany Avenue and Edgewood Street, where Hartford police have been investigating this fatal car accident for nearly 2 hours. Take a look at this sidewalk, a portion nearly covered by some debris that broke off from this massive tree along this street. Neighbors tell me an older couple lived in this gray home behind me. It's the home police say they found a woman and her suspected killer dead this afternoon. Talk to me about why you wanted to come out today with your dad.
I wanted to come out because it matters.
And then Dad, Jeff, talk to me about why it was important to have your 2 young children come out with you today to march in the streets. We're actually with Hartford Lieutenant Paul Cicero. Could you tell us exactly what happened?
Sure. Right around 2:53 this evening, we received several 911 calls.
Any word yet on what may have caused this accident?
Still very preliminary right now. Our crime scene division is here with our accident reconstruction team.
This is the 12th confirmed case of COVID-19 in Connecticut, but the first confirmed case here in Hartford County. Students here at Middletown High School are preparing for a future in the cockpit virtually and in reality with the launch of their new aerospace and manufacturing program. Bren, at the top of the list, obviously we have the players affected, we have the coaches affected, and we have their families. The Department of Public Health says Three Rivers has too many serious state and federal violations to fix within the appropriate time frame. These signs with the mandatory self-quarantine reminder are scattered throughout the airport, and you can also find these travel health forms. Now, any individual traveling into Connecticut from one of those 31 states highly impacted by COVID-19 must fill out. State police releasing a 14-page arrest warrant for Peter Manfredonia. In it, disturbing details as witnesses describe the scene in which a Willington man was murdered. According to an arrest warrant, a Willington woman says she stopped talking with 23-year-old Peter Manfredonia after she says he hacked her social media accounts just days before police say he killed 62-year-old Ted Demers and 23-year-old Nicholas Isol. The woman, known as Witness 9, lives on Myrtle Road where the attack took place. She says she had recently discussed getting a restraining order against him. In the warrant, she says Manfredonia, quote, has an obsession with samurai swords and owns at least 2, explaining she had only seen the swords displayed on Manfredonia's walls or closet. It's a weapon police now say Manfredonia used to kill Demers, cutting off his hand and fracturing his skull, according to the warrant, and the same weapon used to assault a neighbor who tried to help. Both victims described in the warrant by a witness, quote, covered in blood from head to toe and with blood surrounding him on the ground. Victim 2 was not moving and was also covered in blood. The Demers family speaking out days after.
He died in such a violent way. That was the piece that bothered me. But I know he was at peace.
And before Manfredonia was caught by state police in Maryland, police say he took a man hostage in Willington. In the warrant, the man describes the hours-long conversation he had with Manfredonia before he was found by police tied up in his own basement. I woke up abruptly on the morning of Saturday, May 23rd, to a male holding a gun to the back of my head. When I saw the picture on the news, it looked like the young man who was with me. I asked if he wants to talk about what took place with the murder, and he told me that he hadn't slept for 5 days and that he just flipped. And the warrant doesn't detail any of Manfredonia's alleged crimes in Derby and beyond. Currently, he is in police custody on suicide watch and is due back in court on July 10th. Live outside Hartford Superior Court tonight, Zinnia, Maldonado, Fox 61 News. All is quiet here outside the LOB right now, but it was quite a different story earlier today. When the Public Health Committee passed this bill, those opposed quickly expressed that they were unhappy, even shouting and yelling at lawmakers on their way out. Chaos erupting when the final vote was made, some protesters even breaking down into tears. 14-11, Bill 5044 passing through the Public Health Committee Monday.
The motion passes. The bill is JFS to the floor.
The bill prohibits parents from citing religious beliefs in order for children to be exempt from required immunizations. And it was met with a lot of opposition. 56-year-old Rita Palmer was even arrested by police, charged with disorderly conduct and interfering with the General Assembly. Parents yelling at lawmakers as they left the hearing room.
We cannot comply. Our children matter. You made the wrong choice.
make the wrong choice.
Made the wrong decision.
And I really wanted my family to be here to bring faces to this huge issue of a violation of our rights to choose what we think is best for our families.
While others are in favor of the measure.
25% increase in declinations to vaccinations. I really worry that we're going to lose a child to measles this coming year.
Democrats joined Republicans voting against the bill.
I am not opposed to vaccinations. I am opposed to the way this bill is written and the fact that it is not finished, it's not adequate.
But Democrats on the committee believe this is a public safety issue that needs to be addressed now.
Every parent that's in this building today feels like they are here in the best interest of their child. And as a new parent, I certainly understand that. But I think we also have to think about, as committee members, about the obligations that we have, not just to their children, but all children in the state of Connecticut.
VR goggles on, the simulation begins. Students controlling virtual planes from the classroom.
So we're actually going to be working on building an airplane.
With state-of-the-art manufacturing equipment, students coming together to transform aircrafts from this into this. Meet Addison Pina,
and the total measurement is going to be 32 for both ways.
A junior with goals of becoming an aerospace engineer, and like many of his classmates, see this program as a major advantage.
This program and everything in this room, in this building, it really does prep me not only for college, but actually for a future job as well.
Came here not knowing what to expect, and this program was here, and as you can see, I have already learned a lot.
Governor Lamont taking a tour of the new laboratories and classrooms just one day after Pratt & Whitney laid off 450 salaried employees. The global aerospace manufacturer says the cuts are due to the loss of commercial business from COVID-19.
Yeah, there are cycles, and COVID hasn't helped. There's no question about it. But I guarantee you the manufacturing sector will be strong here for years to come.
I think when I come back in 4 years, they'll be up and running and they'll be back to where they were, and hopefully that would be a great place to work.
In Middletown, Zinnia, Maldonado, Fox 61 News.